Before open world video games and MMORPGs, there were two series that turned humble readers into adventuring protagonists. In the late 70s, an American lawyer named Edward Packard revolutionised the home library with Choose Your Own Adventure. It was simple, elegant, and narrative driven. Do you open the door or run away? It sold 250 million copies by promising one thing: complete agency. But across the Atlantic, the founders of Games Workshop, Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone, thought that was too simple. In 1982, they launched Fighting Fantasy. They didn't just give you choices, they gave you a character sheet, a couple of dice, and a high probability of a gruesome death. It wasn't just a book, it was a solo RPG in your pocket. The two series were rivals for decades, famously crossing over in the most confusing way possible, when an American game designer, also named Steve Jackson, was hired to write for the British series. The result? Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone present Scorpion Swamp by Steve Jackson. Today, that pick-a-path DNA has evolved. We're looking at a modern successor that takes the brutal DNA of Fighting Fantasy and polishes it for a new generation. Grab a couple of D6 and a pencil. We're reviewing Valiant by Warcradle Studios. It's a modern-day adventure book based in Warcradle's dystopian age setting. You are Valiant, an agent in the service of the Crown. You wander the globe, facing all manner of threats to the Pax Britannia. You use your various skills to push the story onward in whatever way you see fit. For veterans of the adventure book series, the mechanics will feel like very familiar territory. Skill checks are simple. You roll 2d6 and add your associated skill rating. If the total is equal to or higher than the target number, congratulations, you pass. If not, you fail. There are ways to help you pass, but they are limited. Wild West Exodus players will be familiar with Fortune, something to help get you through those tough situations. For example, Warcradle shared a teaser page where you take a finesse check. If your finesse is 4 and you roll a 4 on 2d6, that's a total of 8. So you hit the target number and you are directed to page 37. Combat works in a very similar way. There are also items and weapons that give you bonuses to those checks as well. Then, the rest is all narrative. You decide where to go, what to do, you try to play to your strengths and hope you don't come up against anything really nasty and very angry. You travel the length and breadth of the dystopian age, meeting old and new characters alike. In my playthrough so far, I've had to make some brutal choices. I've lost fights and failed at puzzles, but I'm still kicking. Just about. And yes, I've had some absolutely glorious moments as well, including that time I demolish Redacted in a fight. If the original Fighting Fantasy books were the 80s version of a Souls-like game, designed to kill you, reset you, and demand absolute perfection, then Valiant is more like a JRPG that has found a different path. It's got teeth, it will absolutely try to kill you, but unlike the old days, where a simple bad dice roll sent you back to page 1, Valiant puts the narrative in the driver's seat. You aren't just rolling for stats, you're building a character. You aren't just surviving a dungeon, you're navigating an espionage thriller in the dystopian age. It retains the challenge of its predecessors, but it balances the brutality with a focus on character building. If you're a veteran of the Fighting Fantasy books, looking for a modern experience that respects the old school difficulty, or a newcomer ready to take the reins of a high stakes adventure, Valiant is an essential addition to your bookshelf. Grab yourself some Victorian super science gadgets and a dry martini. Shaken, not stirred. Your assignment is waiting.